I welcome everyone in today's session where we will cover various artificial intelligence based tools for research. We'll take a look at several tools and we'll have a hands-on session or exercises to take a look at what it does and how it is helpful during our research journey. First tool what we will cover today is called Sizespace. It's called Sizespace. So I'll give a quick demo about the Sizespace also. So what you have to do is you have to go to Google and type Sizespace, and then the first search comes up which you can open and you can go and create your login here. You can log in through any of your Gmail ID also. That will also work. I have created a Gmail ID, so I have logged in through my Gmail ID. So this is how the interface looks like. This is how the interface of this Sizespace looks like. The major usage of the Sizespace is to conduct the literature review in more detail. Sizespace is generally used to conduct the literature review in a great detail, right? So it helps us to explore different literature and then the literature articles and then go much more deeper into that using the artificial intelligence capabilities of this particular tool, right? So for an example, let's say there are multiple options available here to search the literature review. Please note you can upload your files also. Before we proceed into this entire lecture, I would like to give a disclosure that these AI tools have to be used as an assistant, right? Those tools can be used as assistants. They cannot replace the human's critical thinking capability, right? So we should not paralyze our critical thinking capability, but we can explore using these AI tools for our ease of work and then to speed up the work and increase the productivity. So here you can see in this particular tool, there are multiple options available here. You can see standard, high quality, deep review, right? When you find out here, so let's say deep search, that gives the deep search on your topic. So for an example, let's say any of the topic. The topic which I may take today could be related with my application, but you can explore any of the topic here and then we can identify the research papers here. So for an example, see, I am writing resource allocation for 6G semantic communication and deep review, right? So I'll ask it to find out available literature on this. It may take few minutes or maybe few seconds. It depends on how deeper it is, right? So it is now asking, could you please clarify or narrow down, right, more on this? So I can just further say resource allocation methods for 6G wireless communication or 6G semantic communication, and then I can ask it again, goes through. It may take few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. We don't know how much time it takes, but what it does is it will summarize all possible research papers which it can find out over the literature on the internet or across different journals, different books, different online sources, through the conferences, anywhere, right? So it will summarize me. Once I have that, there are multiple functions which we want to take a look one by one. Once I have that, there are multiple functionalities that we have to see one by one. So let it happen for 1 or 2 minutes. It may take 1 or 2 minutes and then we can explore that in more detail. In the meantime, I'll show you a few more functionalities. In the meantime, it searches. I'll show you a few more functionalities. Let us say you have already searched few papers in your application or in your domain on Google. What you can do is you can bring those papers here and you can upload them here. You can see that upload PDFs. You can click on the upload PDF and you can upload those papers. You can click on the upload PDF and you can upload those papers here. Such as, look at this, I have uploaded 10 papers here. Now the beauty of this begins from here. So now this is a library based collection where I have uploaded the papers. What it does is, it gives me multiple columns here. it gives me multiple columns here, such as conclusions, abstract, summarized abstract, shorter and condensed version of abstract, different limitations, what are the contributions, what are the method used, what is the research gap, what is the future research scope, different columns it gives me here. Now, I can add my custom column and message also, right? So here you can see what I created. Some of the columns here is, we'll create one column for a demo, literature survey. So literature survey gives me a crisp survey of this particular article, first article. Then it goes to the second article, and then in the same column of that table, it gives the shorter survey of that entire article. Then similarly, it does it for all. On the similar line, the second column added was contributions. It says what are the contribution in that paper given by these authors, right? So it gave me the contribution in the field by this particular article. Similarly, it does it for second article also, and then the fourth article. Same way it does it for all. One more column I have added here is called method used. What are the methodologies they have been used in this particular article? And it compares in this table for all the articles. It compares in this table for all the articles. Most interestingly, the researchers are looking for the research gap. And they do not have idea, or sometimes they struggle in finding the research gap. This tool is excellent in identifying the research gaps, where it summarizes article-wise research gaps or future research scope, where you can dig it more in detail. So you can see these are the research gaps given, identified when reading the first paper. These are the research gap identified when reading the second paper, and so on. It does it for all, and so on. It does it for all. Now you can take a look. I can create a custom column also. Now let's say I want to have a column specifically I want to know what are the limitations. So I can click on this limitation tab here. You can see plus, and it is creating a limitation, a column based on the limitations. Now you can see for this article number 1, whatever the work was presented, it has identified some sort of limitations here. Now these limitations can be enhanced. I mean, we can work on these limitations and enhance the work further. We can contribute in the same direction in this particular field, and we can identify the future scope. Similarly, you can see these are the limitations of the second paper, and so on it goes, and so on it goes. It may take few minutes in identifying the limitations and printing here, displaying here, but that works very well. So you can see now you can add some custom columns also if you want, right? You can add some custom columns also if you want. So in that way you can look into this. You can look into this. Now there is an excellent feature. All these things you can export in a particular desired file also. All these things, this entire table you can export. So here you can see if you want to export in terms of an Excel file, you can click on an Excel file, and then it will start processing your export, right? And then it emails also that when your export is ready, you will get the copy of that across your login email also, right? So this is a great feature. You can export all these things. You can export all these things. There are multiple filtering options available here also. Now let's go back and see the previous work which we put on the search, and we said that it will take 5 minutes, right? So now I am back on that deep review search, right? So what I have created here, so you can see all the resources, right? All the resources, or you can say materials on this particular topic have been listed here. You can see I can ask it different questions also. So you can see now all these papers are listed here. This has been identified on the internet, 1, 2, and so on. It lists all the papers, and it does it. I have tried till 100, but there are 300 and more papers here, but I have tried till 100. You can definitely make a table of 100 papers, and whatever the columns we have just discussed previously, they are here. You can see all the insights. I don't have to read. So let's say sometimes we read in a wrong direction. Sometimes after reading the entire article, we come to know that this article is of no use. Then we lose the time. That's why this is very useful. By using this tool, we can look at the quick insights and we can decide whether this tool is useful for us or not. Whether this tool is useful for us or not. So you can see there is one entire column called insight. It gives me the insights of all the papers in 2-3 sentences. With that, I can make a call whether I want to pursue this paper for further reading or not. Then it gives me a literature survey contribution and all these methodologies, research gap, future research, everything, right? So this is our future research scope in this particular article. Similarly, it does it for all the papers in a tabular form, right? In a tabular form. There are certain sorting options here. You can see you can have the newest first or oldest first, or you can sort based on the citation count also. Or you can sort based on the citation count also, right? So whichever the article has largest number of citation count, that will appear here first. Subsequently, second paper will be there. Let's say sometimes you want to go by the relevance, or sometimes you want to go by, let's say, what we call it, newest first, latest article first. Then you can just click on newest first and it will rearrange all the articles which is newest first, right? So these are certain few filtering options that are available for us, right? There are certain filters available for us, and you can definitely export that at your ease, like CSV file, Excel file, correct? So different file formats are available where you can export, Now there are certain important things which I would like to show you here, Now you can take a look. Chatting. So now let's say if you want to have chat option. So you can look at this. Here I have selected the first article. And then I have selected the second article, right? So these two articles I'm reading. And I want to consider these two articles. And then I can have, let's say, chat with 2 papers also. So look at this. First article has been selected. Second article has been selected. And then I'm clicking on chat with 2 papers. Now here you can see, I can chat with these 2 articles. And then I can ask any question which I want to ask. Like for an example, can you identify any novel methodologies or approaches used in these papers, right? So I'll ask this question. You can manually type also. Absolutely. You can manually type also. And it has given some auto prompt which you can use it if they are useful, which are here. All these auto prompts, general prompts which are used here, right? Now it may take few seconds to summarize that detail, what I have requested, but it does it for 2 articles, right? So it is looking into 2 articles simultaneously. You can do it for multiple articles and then use this feature. For an example, you can say novel methodologies and approaches in that particular framework. You can see novel methodologies and approaches in this particular framework. You look at this, all this information has been derived, and this is really good start, and we can use it and have a manual reading on top of it further. Now this was really good for multiple chats. Now let's see any of the article you can pick it up, and okay, so I'll just take this article. I have opened this article. And maybe you can check for some sort of article where we have the mathematical model also, so that I can explain you some sort of advanced feature. Let's just see whether it has the math. Yeah, it has some math. Yeah, fine. This will work for us. So you can see this particular article I have opened here. At the left hand side, you have article interface, and at the right hand side, you have the chatting interface. You have the chatting interface where you can chat with this particular article. Now you can see I have already placed that. I'll do this here. You can see I am giving a command or a prompt here. You can see write a short literature review in 2 sentences covering the contributions, trend and research gap for the future scope. I have done that already in here, though I'll do it again to give you a demo, and then you can see this is my prompt which I am giving it and hitting enter. What it does, you can take a look. It may take few seconds, which is okay. And what it does, it will try to summarize entire literature review of this article. I mean, whatever the basic essence or crux given in this particular article, that is summarized here. You can take a look. In two sentences, it has given me 2 or 3 sentences. I asked specifically 2 sentences, so it gives me in 2 sentences. Now you can ask something else also. Let's ask something else also, right? So let's ask something else also. Let's say I want to understand this abstract in more detail, right? I want to understand this abstract in more detail. I'll say explain the abstract of the paper with great detail, or maybe a little bit of easy language. This goes through the abstract. Now when I ask it, this tool goes through the abstract and it explains me the abstract also. So I can chat. If I don't have the doubt, earlier we used to go to other human beings and ask the questions, right? Now similarly, we can refer to this as an assistant, and if we have questions or queries, we can ask it here. This is really a good tool to clear our doubts. You can also do this way. Let's say discuss the problems addressed in the paper. Discuss the problems addressed in the paper and hit enter. In few seconds, whatever the problem or multiple problems they have discussed, it will summarize here. Whatever the problems they have discussed, it will summarize here, right? It will summarize here. You can see these are the problems addressed in this particular article, right? So all this. Please note, it is applicable to any field. You can upload your PDF or you can search online through the deep search. Here what we have done, and click on that. It will take you to that particular PDF, right? Here I have used a library based PDF for chatting. You can give a try. We'll share the recordings also so that you can give a try offline. So now you can see one more question generally researchers face is sometimes the equations are not clear. Right? Some mathematical equations. It depends on the field. But let's say a researcher is engaged in the mathematical field and some of the equations are not clear to him. So let's say there is an excellent feature here called explain math and table, right? So I can click on this explain math, and then what I can do is I can just snip this mathematical formula here and just leave it. On the right hand side, you can take a look, that formula has been snipped, and this tool is going through the article and collecting the meaning and explanation and then giving me the crisp detail or maybe in more detail to clear my doubts, right? So now you can take a look. It has explained me the mathematical equation. It has explained me the mathematical equation here with a great detail, which I was unable to understand. It is doing it nicely. This formula has been captured and the equation says so and so. So for an example, the equation UI quantifies the number of distinct semantic classes which are identified within an image and so on. Right? So this is really a good tool. Now let's say some of the figure or table, right? Let's see if there is any table. This is applicable to table also. Okay, this is applicable to a particular table also. So for an example, let's say I'll just snip this and let's see whether it does it or not. Let's say I'm not able to understand this figure. So okay, so what I'll do, I'll just snip this figure. Click on first you click on explain math. First you click on this explain math and table, and just snip this. It will automatically take this dump here at the right hand side, at the right hand side in the chat window. And then it will start producing me the explanation of this particular figure. It will start producing the explanation. It will start producing the explanation of this particular figure. Here you can see that everything is being explained nicely, and intelligent switching for semantic communication. Yeah, it's doing it nicely and thoroughly. It explains me the entire figure. Now this is really good. This is really good. This is really good. Now there are certain, let's say for an example, you are not able to understand particular text. Okay. So you are not able to understand particular text. So for an example, let's say abstract. Okay. Click on this particular abstract. I'm not able to understand it. So what I can do is I can just select that, and you can click on explain text, explain specific text. Just click on this right hand side. It will explain that specific text which I have selected. Right hand side, it will explain me that particular text which I have selected. This is really good. This is really good. It is explaining me the entire text which I have selected in more comprehensive detail. Now let's say if you want to find out the related articles with reference to this, right? If you want to find out related articles with reference to this, so what I can do is, something went wrong, let me just reload. Okay. So you can see, just select this again, and I want to find out the related article with this. So now you can see, it says get related papers. It says get related papers. In this, when I click on it, it summarizes the related papers with that. It summarizes the related papers with that. So we can take a look here, and that works really good. That works really good. These are the related papers with this particular thing. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 most related papers with this particular abstract. It has searched and given me that particular data. So it becomes very easier. I need not to struggle for searching. Right now, you can save these details or whatever we do in the notebook also, right? You can save it, or you can directly copy paste from here to Word if you want to. There is a feature called save to the notebook that is also possible. So let's see. So here you can see whatever I have created here, the data generated, right? I want to save it to a notebook. So what I'll do, I'll click on that, save to notebook. So this is my notebook. At left hand side, it will come. Maybe there is a lag, little bit of, but it will come. So you can see this is my notebook. At left hand side, you can see the data what I have generated or extracted for my usage. It has been saved here, and it is giving the citations also. You can change the citations format also. Let's say APA, you can do it APA or MLA. Different types of formats are also possible. You can just change the citation format also. Right? So this is really good. So you can access your notebooks at any time. There is one latest feature which I would like to show you today. Sometimes is of great use. It does it a podcast. It does it in the form of a podcast also. You can click on that and play this article as a podcast. So it gives you a podcast which you can hear it out maybe when you're traveling, or when you're not in hyper mood of reading, and when you're chilling out and you want to have some sort of light reading. You can have it on, create a podcast. It will generate a podcast of this article and then speak in the form of a speech, maybe question answers based discussions, and in the form of a podcast. Once it is ready, it will give us an indication that the podcast is ready. Let's see. Let's wait for 6 more seconds if it does it. Otherwise, we'll come back and see. So let's see if it does it, generating the podcast. Yeah, it has generated the 5 minutes of crisp podcast, which I can download also. So you can take a look. I can download also, and then I can play it around. Also. Now that you can hear when you are using this tool, you can hear on your headphone. That you can hear. That was a great feature which is available on this one. There is really good tool. Let's say some of the information you like it and you want to use it in your article, right? Along with the citation. We will cite this paper. Only ethical usage will do of the AI tools. So now let's say I am just taking this information and copy. Right? Now there is tool called Paraphraser. You can see left hand side. In this place here, you can see this tool, Paraphraser. Yeah. This tool is called Paraphraser. When you click on this Paraphraser, right, So now let's see the information which I've copied, I'll put it here, right? The information which I've copied, I'll put it here, or maybe I can open it, or you can take any of the information. Why is not showing? Yeah. So you can see I have copied that information here. And I can click on paraphrase. And I can click on paraphrase. I can click on paraphrase. Now you can see it has paraphrased my information in some other words. And so the plagiarism content goes down. And definitely do not forget to give the citation followed by the manual check. Now what you have to do is you have to check it manually. You have to check it manually and ensure that the meaning is not changed. And technically it is correct, as well as whatever I wanted to convey is done. So this tool is really good. You can have a paraphraser inbuilt here, whatever you want to paraphrase, right? This is really good. Apart from that, there are many other things also. So here you can see this is one more tool is available called citation generator, right? Citation generator, you can search it, let's say for a particular article, right? You can just copy paste a particular article here, or maybe whatever you have it, correct? So now what it does, it generates the citation here. Look at this. I've just selected one article from here, let's say risk factors for severe COVID-19, correct? And you can see it is generating a citation for it. It is really generating a citation for it. You can see here it has generated this is the article's detail. And here you can see it has generated me the detailed version of the citation. Now you can change the format also, right? Instead of APA, let's say you can have IEEE or MLA or any other format. MLA you can also use it, or IEEE also use it, any format, whichever is applicable to you, to your field and the journals related to that. And then you can see it has created me the citation in that particular format. This is really good. This tool is really good. The paraphraser and the citation generator is really good. So you can paraphrase it using paraphraser followed by citation. You generate citations here and do not forget to cite. Right? And then you can have it all these things repeatedly. So let's see some of these other features what it has here. So you can see my library, you can save the articles here and upload, then save, and then do whatever we have done it right now, right? You can chat with PDF, definitely. There is an AI writer tool available. Okay, citation generator we have seen. This is really good. PDF to video converter. Okay, so this is really good. PDF to video converter. What you can do is you can upload your PDF and convert it in terms of a video. Let's see in my library if I have any, and if I can convert it in video. Correct. Let's see if I convert it in video here. Yeah, so PDF to video converter. So I have to upload a paper for this. So particular paper, let's see any of the paper if I can, yeah, quickly put on just 1 minute. Yeah, I'll upload any of the literature review paper and see how it works. Okay. So I've just taken one paper and I'm uploading. I've just taken one paper and I'm uploading. So you can see it is creating a video out of this paper. I'm not sure how this person's video will be, face will be used or not, but some sort of, I don't know how we deal with that. But this is kind of an initial phase, but there are other good features available, right? So now, because there will be a copyright using someone's face here, is this face AI generated? If it is an AI generated face, you can have that video for a quick review purpose. That's okay. Now, there are two more important things is you can use it along with your Google Chrome. There is an extension called Chrome extension. You can use it there. Right? And this you can use it along with ChatGPT also. Also, you can install a plugin there in ChatGPT, and you can use it along with the ChatGPT also. Very often, ChatGPT doesn't cite the sources. When you install this plugin in ChatGPT, it will cite the sources. So for an example, this is a ChatGPT window and I have the Sizespace here, and maybe you can pick up any of the topic and search it on this. It will cite all the sources, right? It will cite all the sources. It may ask for a permission to confirm whether it can communicate with Sizespace or not, that you have to confirm. And then what it does is, it will give me the overview, and I'll ask it to generate the citations also. Cite the references, and give me the list also, right? If it doesn't do that, I'll ask it. Okay, it is doing it by default. I need not to do it. So it looks like it's doing the job. So you can see, for this particular information, these source is cited. For this one, this source is cited. For this one, this source is cited. So all the sources are cited, as well as it has given me a particular table too. Now I can ask it to give me the reference list also. So I can say, okay, give me the reference list. Or you can say list of references, right? Spellings do not matter here because it's an AI tool. Okay, so it gives me the references. This is a reference list. You can change the formats also. You can say put it in IEEE format or MLA, APA, whatever format you want, right? You can ask it to do that job. It does it. So look at this. The entire reference list is being created here, which we can copy and use it in our article or somewhere. Do not forget to cite any of the source, otherwise it will go as a plagiarism. And AI's course, different universities will have different guidelines. Refer to those guidelines. If university says AI's course usage should be below 20%, we have to stay below that. If they say do not use, we should not use. So it's up to different universities and how much you want to leverage. Okay, how much you want to leverage. Let me just quickly check that have we covered everything on Sizespace what we wanted to cover. Yeah, this is covered. Summary generation is covered. Yep, mostly we have covered everything, whatever we want to cover here. Now this is really good. So this Sizespace is broadly used for literature review purpose, which we mainly struggle in the beginning, right? So this is really an effective tool which we have covered today. Second tool which I have today is, I'll show you some of the interesting things. I assume that most of you will be the faculties, right? So I'll just show you one more efficient technique which we use to reduce the workload. Okay, I'm just setting up my screen for the next demo. Okay, all right. In this section, we'll see how to create quick slides using a particular ebook or any online material which you are trying to refer, right? Let's say for an example, I am reading a particular ebook, right? For an example, this is an ebook which I am reading out. Let's say this probability, statistics and random processes, right? This is an ebook which I am reading through, and I want to have few slides so that I can discuss with my team or other researchers or maybe other students or colleagues or fellows, right? But I don't have slides. So what I can do is I can quickly create slides using particular Beamer tool. Other tool is called Overleaf, which is nothing but the LaTeX based tool. Okay. So what you can do is you can just create demo slides and create a Beamer file for this, right? Okay, so now see, I'm going to use three tools here. One is, I'm going to use ChatGPT and Beamer tool. These two tools I'm going to use to create the slides from my ebook, right? So what I'll do is, let's see, this is the content which I want to create the slides. For an example, till this point of time, right? Here, till this content, I want to create this slide. So I just take the copy of it, and I'll put it on ChatGPT. Let me put the command first to the ChatGPT so that it becomes easier. So I'll say create Beamer slide codes for the provided content without altering any original text, right? Then I select this content on Then I go and I select this content and take a copy, and I'm giving this to ChatGPT. So you can take a look. Okay, so create Beamer slides for the provided content without altering any original text, because it's an ebook. I cannot change the content. I have to just use that material for my educational usage and to discuss with others, and then I can click enter, right? So it will create me some sort of slides here. Now you will ask, I have to put it in PPDs, so PowerPoint presentations again. No, we are using Beamer, which is LaTeX based slide making platform, which is called overleaf.com. Here you can create the account, log in through using Gmail ID, and then we'll put this code there itself. So look at this, it has created me this particular Beamer code here. This is a LaTeX code, right? Beamer code here, LaTeX code, or people call it an overleaf code. Just copy this code, go to that blank document and put it here. What I've done is I've just copy pasted the entire code in this file, and then I'm clicking on recompile, It may not be looking aesthetically good, but it will give you a good first cut slide. Now you can see this is really good. It has generated me first cut slides. I'm just making it a full screen. You can take a look. Random experiments. Please note, it may not be aesthetically good, which we have to work out. We'll do it. So you can see all the major content it has summarized here. Still it is not good. Plus this is going out of the margin. Also you can see the page margin. Also, when we present professionally, these two strips shouldn't be there. These two black strips shouldn't be there. It should be in 16:9 format, in the aspect ratio of 16:9, which covers the entire screen. So we'll do it that one also, right? So it has given me the first cut of slides. These slides are sufficient to get started with. Now we'll ask it further. We'll go to ChatGPT and we'll ask it further. We'll go to ChatGPT and we are going to ask it further. I'm asking it, you can see, use an appealing and professional 16:9 slide format to enhance visual aesthetics. Now I'm asking it, do it nicely, right? So it will do it again. Okay. So now you can see, as per my command or prompt, which I have given it, it is redoing these slides. It is recreating these slides. Now don't get scared by looking at these codes. They are very easy. Plus the syntax is automatically generated by ChatGPT or any other AI tool. So you can copy and then put it here. Now I'm going to replace this entire code in the overleaf. Okay. Now I'm going to replace this entire code. I've copied the code from ChatGPT, which I've created, and I'm just going to dump it on the previous file. I've just copy pasted, overwrite them, right? And recompile it. After recompilation, now you can see it has changed the format also, right? See, now 16:9 white format. The aspect ratio covers the entire screen. Still there are no bullets. We'll get to that, right? Still there are no bullets. Here it is making the bullets really nicely. Yeah, it's doing it nicely. Correct. Now this is coming in the document. This is coming here within the slide, right? So now see, this is decent. This is really decent. I can ask further. Still I don't like this. I can ask it further to improve. I'll say make in the form of bullets, and I can ask few more things along with that one too. So you can say make in the form of bullets and adjust the spacing consistently to improve the readability and overall presentation, right? So now it will recreate again. Sometimes if it goes beyond the slide margin, if some of the equations or your content goes beyond the slide margin, then you can ask it to do and stay within margin also. We'll see if that is going beyond the page margin. Now I've copied the code here. I've just copied the ChatGPT's code, and I'm going back to the Beamer, that overleaf file. I am overriding them and then just recompiling it. Right? After recompilation, let's see what it does. It has created the file. I'm just downloading and opening it again. Make it full screen. You can see now it is really good. Correct? You can put a picture also here. You can ask it to put a picture also. Sometimes if this goes out of the page margin, generally when you use 16:9 format, it won't go out of the page margin. Generally, when you use 16:9 aspect ratio, it won't go out of the page margin because we have a sufficient amount of space here to write the formula. Right? Now you can see everything is created neatly. If that is going out of the page margin, you can give this command and ask it to stay within the page margin also. So for an example, you can see address the issue of content exceeding the slide margins by reconstructing the layout, right? By reconstructing the layout. You can ask it, address the issue of content exceeding the slide margins by reconstructing the layout, and it will recreate the code. It will recreate the code for you, and now we can have the revised version of the slides, right? Let's see how it creates. Mostly it wasn't going outside of the page margin, but still, let's say if I wanted to split that, then I think it has created now. Let's copy and put it on the overleaf. I've just copied and I'm just putting on the overleaf. Recompile it. This helps when you want to have quick slides from an ebook and go for a discussion with your colleague or other researchers, students, anywhere. You can take a look. Now it has created nicely. It has brought this detail in the second line, right? This is really good and gave me crisp slides quickly. Gave me crisp slides quickly. So this is how we can create these slides or through using any of the ebook, using these AI tools. This is really helpful and enhances our productivity. Let's take one more thing which we can do that. So for an example, let's see. In this section, we will take a look how to format the references using AI tools. So for an example, let's say I am working on a particular research topic, right? And I have list of papers. So let's say I am maintaining that log and I have all the titles of the paper in my document, right? In my document, and I want to generate the detailed list of references in a particular specified format. So such as, let's say, generate a list of references in IEEE format or APA format or MLA format. You decide based on which is your field, you can decide. And now let's say I have already a list of papers, right? So now these are the list of papers I have. Let's say 10 papers I have. This is first paper, from here to onwards, first paper, then the second article, then the third article, and so on. Maybe a bunch of articles we have, maybe 10 or 20 articles, okay? And what I want to have is, I want AI tool to collect all the information such as authors' names, journal's name, volume number, issue number, page numbers, year of publication, month of publication, and give me the list, which I can use it further. It gives me the BIPTEC file also, or BIPTEC code also, which I can use it in overleaf or LaTeX file. So now you can take a look. I'm just hitting it. For these papers, it is going through the sources, and now you can take a look. It is really identifying. Sometimes it doesn't do some of the things. For an example, here, some of the authors it couldn't identify, right? So I can, so here you can see action requested. please supply missing details through this. I'll say find at your own. Find at your own, right? So do not ask me, because it is asking me to supply that detail. I am asking it to find it for me. That's strange. Let's see whether it does it now. Yeah, it does it now. It was asking me. So still it is not doing it for few. Do it for all. I'll say do it for all. Yeah. So now it should do for all. It was asking me to supply the details. Now I'm asking it, you find it at your own, search it. Do that job and give me the list. It is searching across the internet sources and give me the list. Now, since this is a reference list, it will search because this detail is not subjected to subscription, because most of the references, the article, author's names, right? Journal's name, issue number, volume number, month of publication, year of publication. These details are available in public domain. These details are available in public domain. So it can identify those details. Only one catch is you have to manually go through these details and check it once. But still it will cut down some sort of time what we used to spend earlier. There is one more trick for the overleaf users. Overleaf users. So you can, before we go to the overleaf users, let's say you want to convert this in APA format. This was IEEE format. A list was in IEEE format. Now let's say you are using APA or MLA or some other format, right? So I'll ask it, convert in APA format. I'll ask it to convert in APA format. Okay. So I'm just hitting it and convert it in APA format. Let's see. Yeah, it's doing it. So you can see all the articles, it is writing in the form of APA, or you can use it MLA or any of this. Only catch is you have to just go through it manually once and ensure that it is doing it nicely. So you can see this is my list. Okay. Now let's say for some of the overleaf users. Okay. So I'll ask it, give me a BIP code for the overleaf document. I'll say, give me the BIP code for the overleaf document. Now, if you're not using overleaf, don't worry. This is for the overleaf users or maybe LaTeX users. You can see you have a BIP code directly. You can copy here this entire BIP code. You can take it out from here, whatever it is generating. This is really good. You can take this from here, copy and put it in the reference.bib file of your document, and put it in the reference.bib file of your document. I'll just show you quickly. I'm just copying it here, and whenever, let's say if I am using any of the article, okay, So for an example, this is the article. So right hand side, article, left hand side, edition window, you can click here and there would be a BIP file here. It looks scary, but don't get scared. If there is no BIP file here, you can create a BIP file, and then you can put it here. So you can see reference.bib file. Here, that code you can copy and put it here. Here, that code you can copy and paste it here. So that's how we can use ChatGPT or any other AI tool to ease our work and speed up and save the time to enhance the productivity and save our time to enhance the productivity. Next section, right? So this is done. Let's say in this particular section, we'll take a look how to use AI tool to analyze the data. How to use the AI tools to analyze the data, right? Sometimes we have the data. It's not just limited to the text and question and answers. You can analyze the data also. So let's say you are having a particular survey or something. Okay, you're having particular survey or something. So let's say some of the data set you have it. If you don't have the data sets, you can go through this Kaggle.com, this website. This is really good, Kaggle.com, where related with the several fields, the data collected would be published here often, which you can use it for preliminary studies. I'll be using maybe COVID-19's data, right? So I'll just take this COVID-19's data and I'll use it for the current demo. You can see COVID-19 COVID-19's fatalities data, which I have here, right? Which I have here. Can I download? Yes, it says data global, that's a CSV file. I'll download it. So, okay, so this is my data. I'm just downloading it. It may ask you to log in, which you can log in using your Gmail account. It may ask you to log in, which you can log in using your Gmail account. And I have, maybe here I can just download. Where is it downloading? If not, let me just hit it back again. Download. Yeah, now it has started downloading here. Okay, so now I have this particular data. So you can take a look. Yeah, this works really well. This is my downloaded file. And you can see these are my countries. And date-wise, what's the count of deaths, right? So initially it was 0 because started, no one was dying. And subsequently, country-wise, state-wise, deaths have been reported, that is recorded here, right? So you can see all the countries, say for Afghanistan and then so on, all these countries, they have their big data set, all the death report, right, across different countries is stored here, right? Now what I'll do, I'll go to ChatGPT. Let's say it's very complex. I don't want to just go and, I don't want to just go and start spending my time on it without having an initial insight. So what I'll do is, I'll just go through ChatGPT and I'll put this file here. I'll just put this file here and I'll ask it to analyze and interpret the given data for me, right? And I'm asking it, give me some sort of initial analysis and interpretation. And I'm asking it, give me some sort of initial analysis and interpretation where I can get started. Okay. So now it is analyzing the entire data for me and then I can start doing further work, right? So you can see some sort of initial analysis it is giving me, right? But I want furthermore, like, so let's say I'm going to ask it. So you can keep asking it, it will do. Identify trends over time for the given data. What I'm interested is to know about the trend. To identify and see the pattern. So I'm going to ask it to identify the trend over the time from the given data and hit enter. It does it nicely. Look at this. Yeah, it is doing. It may take few seconds or few minutes, but it will do the job. Then once it is done, you can ask it to plot the charts also. To ease your visual understanding. It will help you when you see the chart, it will be easier for us to understand. You can see it is creating the charts also here, number of deaths for the range of dates, right? So this is my time scale ranging from 2020 up to 2023, and then these are my number of deaths on the vertical scale, right? So that's how it goes. So when COVID came up, it works really well. COVID came up, deaths were almost 0, and then slowly got spread across, and then these two were the peak of them, and then slowly vaccination program came up, and then it came down, right? So now you can see it is really doing nicely. Okay, so visual representation is also given. What you can do is, you can say, write a detailed explanation and discuss the graph and give me the reasoning, right? And give me the reasoning. Write the detailed explanation, discuss the graph and discuss the reasoning with logical numbers. Now you can see it is giving me the discussion of it. You can also say, write in such, so as you are writing a research paper or maybe research report, right? Correct? In the paragraphs, in the form of para, right? So let's see whether it does it. It should do it, right? It should do it. Now let's hit enter. Look at this, it is doing it nicely. It is writing all this information in the form of paragraphs, right? Which we generally use it. Now this directly we shouldn't copy paste it. It is for our understanding And once we have the understanding, we can pursue the research in further direction, in the further direction. So that's how we can use ChatGPT to interpret the data and analyze it to build our understanding. Let's go to the next setup. In this section, we will take a look at how to use these AI tools to suggest the journals, or you can use it as a journal finder, or you can use it as a journal finder. Such as, let's say, I am looking for a journal, top 10 journal in the field of artificial intelligence, and I want to read those articles. Or I have a particular article and I'm asking it to suggest me some sort of journals to publish, So let's say I have an article in the field of artificial intelligence and I'll ask it, provide the list of top 10 Q1 journals. Q1 is nothing but the quartile of a journal. Generally Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, these are the 4 quartiles of the journals. Q1 means top 25% of the journals in that particular field, right? That is the best journals. And I'm asking it, provide a list of top 10 Q1 journals in the field of artificial intelligence using the details, right? Such as their duration, index, impact factor, and site scope. And hit enter. You can take a look. It will go through and give me all possible journals, right? So look at this. These are the possible journals. And we can see whatever the details are in public, it is available. You can ask for the indexing also. Let's say you have a particular journal. So this is really good. It suggests me the tools. So let's say I have a particular journal. Let's say IEEE transaction on wireless communication. And I'll say, for an example, any of. If not that, then any other journal. So let me just check on the spelling. Spellings do not matter here, but that's okay. Okay, whatever the spelling, that's okay. So let's say, give me the indexing of a journal. I wanted to know whether it is SCI, Scoopers, or SCIE, or whatever is the indexing in the particular field, right? In the particular field for this particular journal. So it gives me the index. So let's see where it is indexed. Mostly it would be SCI and Scoopers and ESCI. So you can see it is in SCI, right? E stands for expanded, and it is also in Scoopers. And impact factor is 10.4, site score is 17.3, H index is 251, and so on, right? So on. This is really good. You can keep asking. This is how we can use the ChatGPT to suggest us different journals for our work. It can be used as a journal finder. In the next setup, what I would like to show you something is a new tool which is called stealthwriter. In this section, we will take a look how to use stealthwriter for reducing the AI score or paraphrasing. This is the interface, stealthwriter.ai. You can log in and definitely you can create an account, or you can log in through your Gmail account. I'm logging through my Gmail account, right? So this is how it looks like. Now let's copy some text from ChatGPT. So I'll say, okay, write a paragraph, or maybe write a para about Mahatma Gandhi. You can decide whatever, right? I'm just asking it to write it something from here, right? And then I'll just copy paste it. Put it here. And I'll say check for AI score, right? And I'll just go to stealthwriter, copy paste this content here, whatever I've copied it from ChatGPT or any other AI tool. And I'll just say check for AI score. Now, AI probability is 100% since I have copied, right, directly. Since I have copied directly, so AI probability is 100%. It is catching that you have copied the content from AI. So now what you can do is you can select any of these labels. Labels means, let's say if you are humanizing 10, that means it is more like humans. If you are humanizing towards 1, that means it is more like machines, correct? So I'll just select in between 8, so it kind of gives me the balance, like it will write or paraphrase it in such a way so that humans used to write, right? And I'll just click on humanize it, give it few seconds. You can see that out of 100%, it has paraphrased and brought down that information with an AI score of 20%. 20% could be allowed based on the university's guideline, right? You can decide, or there are multiple draft versions. If you don't like this version of the paraphrase text, you can click on draft 2, draft 3, draft 4, so on, right? So this is almost 100%, which we don't want. This looks good, which we can copy and use it for further usage, use it for further work. That's how we can use stealthwriter to reduce the AI score from the AI generated tools. Right, so that one was about the stealthwriter. I'll show you one more tool around. Maybe we can take a look at the napkin. Okay, maybe, yeah. Okay, so now let's say in this section, we will take a look at an excellent AI tool which is called napkin.ai. This tool is generally used to make the infographic presentations. Right? In the presentation, we have infographic slides, not just the text, which makes audience more captivating, which makes our slides or presentation more captivating and easy for the audience to understand. Now let's see, this is the interface where you can see this napkin.ai, and you can click on sign in, use your Gmail account, create an account. I've already created, which I'm just going to log in, and we can just put it in here. You can see, yeah, okay. So now see here, this is how it looks like, right? This is how it looks like. So you can see this is my title. Or you can say, I want to create the slides on Mahatma Gandhi, right? So the one what we have just created, maybe for a discussion, just an example, any slides you can take. And we created a paragraph using, let's say here, the same one, ChatGPT, correct? So you can just pick it up, this information which has been supplied. You can say extend also if you want to extend, or you can say extend with more detail, right? So it will extend with more detail on the paragraph what we have created from Mahatma Gandhi ji, and it will just take it up, right? Now it is just creating, and I want to create few slides on it with infographics. So I'll just pick it up, any of this. Let's say this is sufficient. Let it create. This is sufficient for me. I have given the title for infographics, and I'll just put it here. I copy pasted the content here, which I want to create. And then I'll just go and click on that particular create button, which I have showed you here. Now you can see it is creating different infographics. Left hand side, you can see these are different formats of my infographic. Gandhiji's legacy of leadership. You don't like that, you can take a look here. Maybe I can zoom it for you if I have to, right? And okay, so now you can see, click on this, it will create. Let it take few seconds and then it will be up again. Now you can see, excellent. Mahatma Gandhiji's journey to India's independence. Entire timeline graph has been created. You don't like that format, you can use this format too. Maybe you can use this format too, okay? See, look, this format is also good. You can use this format too. This looks good. Let's say I want to use this format or any of other format. You decide what you want. Correct? You decide what you want. So for example, let's say I want to use this format. I kind of like it, right? So lighthouse kind of format. So you can see all these events have been transformed in the form of infographic presentation. Furthermore, you can pick up the colors also. Let's say black and white color or plain, or maybe you like some sort of colors, then you go with that inbuilt format, what it has given. Well, this looks good, decent, right? So now see, look at this. This is really good. Now what I'll do is I can click on export here. I can click on export here. You can have a lighter format or darker format. Let's say you are having a black slide background, then you go with dark. I'm going to have a white slide format, so I'm just clicking on this light format, and then I'll just click on what you call download. I'll just click on what you call download, right? So it has started the download. Here you can see it has downloaded. We'll just open and see how it looks like. This looks awesome. You can edit further. This really looks awesome. You can edit further. Okay, so where is that? Yeah, here it is. So you can see this is really good. You can enable the editing if you are a slide or PPT user, and then you can change and edit this further. You can see if I wanted to increase the font size of these words, you can do that font size. You can change the font size, maybe make it Arial or of your choice, This is really good. This is really good, right? So look at this. I've changed. You can edit all these colors also, everything. You don't like this color, just click on that, fill it up, use some other color. That's okay. So this is how we can use the napkin.ai to create the infographic presentations for our work.